Welcome to Habira Ibrahim tutorials on CSS. CSS for beginners, easy to learn tutorials. We have the next topic is page layout, that is float and clear. CSS page layout, float and clear. The float element property specifies whether or not an element should float. While the clear element is used to control the behavior of floating element. The float property. In its simplest use, the float property can be used to wrap text around images. Floating. Floating an element will shift it to the right or left of a line, with surrounding context flowing around it. Floating is normally used to position smaller elements within a page. In the original default CSS for the site, for example, of a navigator, we have float is left, that is to move it to the left, or navigation float right, that is to move it to the right. The following example specifies that an image should float to the right in a text. That is, the image floating is right, the four margins are there, then the clear property. The clear property is used to control the behavior of floating elements. Elements are after a floating element will flow around it. If you do not want the next element wrapped around the floating object, you can apply the clear property. That is to clear both. Clear the left will clear left floating element. Clear right will clear right floating element, and clear both will clear both left and right floating elements. So if, for example, you wanted a footer to your page, you could add this HTML with the ID footer, and then add the following CSS code, like this: footer clear is both. The clear property specifies on which side of an element floating elements are not allowed to float. For example, if you have a div and you want to clear it to the left, this is how you read clear is left. The clear fix hacks. If an element is taller than the element containing it, and it is floated, it will overflow outside of its container. Then we can add overflow is auto. That is to bring it to the normal of the container. To the container outside element to this problem. For example, that we have a class at .clearFix, and the overflow will be auto. The overflow is auto element clearFix works well as long as you are able to keep control of your margins and paddings, else you might see scroll bars. The new modern clearFix house, however, is safer to use, and the following code is used for most web pages. It clears with double semicolon after, then we have colon is content is empty, clear is both, and display is in table. Try it yourself. By trying often, you will get things done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.